There's new information about the coronavirus circulating every single day. It's important to remember that our kids are watching our responses very closely.
Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of people didn't want to mention it at first, but it quickly became the worst kept secret in schools all around the country, and more of them are now closing indefinitely as a precaution over these coronavirus concerns. So now the big question is, if you haven't talked to your kids yet, and you know you need to at some point, how do you do it? How do you talk about coronavirus with them in a way that keeps a calm and safe environment for them at home?
So joining us in studio once again to discuss how to help your child cope with the school closures and how to understand everything that's happening these days is family therapist Nero Feliciano. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome.
All right, so last hour we talked about how to have the discussion with your middle schooler and your high schooler, but how do we maybe bring it down younger to like 6, 7 and younger?
Right, absolutely. And with any hard conversation, we also want to focus on our own reactions. Are we calm? Is this a good time for us to have the conversation? Both what we're saying and also our nonverbal cues. Are we relaxed? Are we smiling? What is our tone? And first start off asking them, what do they know? What have they heard from school? What are they thinking about this illness that they've heard about? And also, what do they want to know? And I think with little kids, in using the term germs, they understand that. There are germs out there. They know about washing their hands at school. Talk about when they got the germ that made their throat hurt or sneeze. We can bring it down to their level and speak about it very simply.
Yeah, and I'm sort of walking that dance right now. I know you addressed the age group that my 9-year-old son is in right now. He's aware of coronavirus. He understands it could cause a school closure, but that's only half of the story. The other half is, I'm wondering, is there any need at all to talk about, okay, what could be coming in terms of just the illness and the epidemic in the coming days and weeks, or is that not even necessary? Because it's not necessarily going to impact his day-to-day life.
Right. I think it depends on the age group. As they get older, they might know more information. They're hearing things on social media. But with the young kids, I don't think it's necessary. I would stay in the present and think about how it's affecting their daily life, and we want to address those things. The fact that they might not be at school, they might not see their friends, what that's going to mean for them. More time at home, more time to watch some shows or read together or play some board games. We want to focus on the normal things and the positive things that they can actually look forward to.
What do you have as far as suggestions if you know you have a more anxious child?
Sure.
If you have maybe, more of a worry word.
Yep, absolutely. Again, you just want to reassure them of their safety. And from the facts that we know that they're going to be okay in this, so we can speak of that truthfully. And also just give them a little more attention, love, find some of the things that they like to do that you can do together, just to keep them focused on some of the more positive things during this time.
Yeah, this could be almost like a blessing.
Right.
For you to have
Absolutely.
that, special time with them.
Right. We don't get that often with the way the kids are scheduled and their busy schedules.
All the activities.
Right.
And activities are good. What about making them recurring at certain times of the day just to have a schedule, make it more routine? With some kids, of course, when they don't know what to expect on an hour-to-hour basis, it's tougher for them to regulate their mood in many ways.
Absolutely. Kids like predictability and they like structure and they need the boundaries. And it also gives them a sense of control, right, at a time where things aren't always in our control. So I think having a regular routine, something that's predictable, also adds to that sense of security and safety for them.
Would you suggest maybe they help in planning out the day or planning out the meals for dinner?
Absolutely. Get them involved. Let this be their time too. They can orchestrate things. They're going to be bored, but I often say boredom is the birthplace of creativity, right? So help them plan the schedule. Let them help you think about meals that they might want to have and things they may want to do.
It sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Very
welcome.
welcome.
Being with us. Yeah,
Very welcome.
Really helpful. All right, well, there is also more information about coronavirus circulating every day. It's important to remember our kids are watching our response. This morning in Family First, the coronavirus will certainly have an impact on family life. With so many kids now staying home from school, how do we talk to our kids about it? We have some expert advice for you this morning. Back with us once again, family therapist Nero Feliciano. Thanks for being with us.
You're very welcome.
So much to talk about. Our lives have changed so drastically. Today is Friday, so much different from when we started out the week on Monday.
Huge changes right now, and especially of the recent development. Most kids are home from school, or they will be within the next few days, right? So that's going to pose new challenges just in explaining things to them, as well as keeping them occupied and happy during these next few weeks.
how do we make sure we address it with the kids, not to cause too much alarm, but also so that they are aware?
Right. So the first thing to do, as with any hard conversation with kids, is to focus on your own reactions. Are you ready to have a calm conversation with them where we can reassure them of their safety? So the important thing to know is kids pick up on your verbal language. They're detectives at your nonverbal cues.
And even physical too. If you're fidgeting while you're talking to
Absolutely.
them, they're going to notice.
Yes, you want to have a conversation where you are focused, you're not distracted. Also pay attention to some of your own behaviors that might communicate anxiety. Are you stockpiling for 2 years? You know, they're going to pick up on that really quickly, that you're
so
not
you might say it's not a big deal, but if they see 2 years worth of toilet paper, they're going to say, well, that doesn't jive.
Right, right. They're going to look for parallel behaviors that go along with your words.
And what else as far as, I know it's going to be really difficult for middle schoolers and high schoolers when they're not going to be able to see their friends.
Right.
Not just at school, but some families may choose to limit social interaction. We've been talking so much about the social distancing.
Right. The social distancing is big right now, and that's why they're out of schools. So it's important for them to understand that now we're dealing with something that everyone has a part in, including them. And we're all coming together as a community to stop the spread of this illness, of this disease. So back again, we want to start with any conversation that's difficult with kids. Start with what they know. Ask them, what do you know about this? What have you heard about it? We want to be able to have the opportunity to correct misinformation. There's a lot of information out there, and some of it's not so accurate. Kids often, especially as they get older, they're getting their information, and adults, from social media. So we want to filter what they know, and then ask them, what do you want to know about this? And that's really important, especially at those younger years, because they've heard things from kids, they have their own imaginations that are running wild right now. So give them an opportunity to talk about what they're thinking about.
And a lot of them want to know what they can do.
Right, what they can do. So you want to have these conversations in an age-appropriate way to explain not only what's going on, but what they can do. We want to convey to them that they're not powerless in this. And that's where the social distancing comes in. They can help. Right, and it's not really about them, right? We have a part in helping ourselves, but also the whole community, other people, their friends' parents, their friends' grandparents.
That's really good to get them involved in all of it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And any more advice for kids and parents who are going to be home for the next couple weeks?
Yes, I know many parents are stressed out about it. It can be trying. It can be trying. So just know your kids are going to be bored, but that's not a bad thing. I often say boredom is a birthplace of creativity. So now's the time to encourage them to connect, because we don't want them to isolate. Connect on TikTok, connect on FaceTime, watch Netflix. It's an opportunity for them to do some of the things that they didn't have time to do before.
Right.
Connect as a family, take out the board games.
Yeah, I was going to dust off Monopoly.
Yes.
Maybe get a few more new jigsaw puzzles from Amazon.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm really looking at this almost in some ways as a gift. Time with my kids and the family without running around to activities that we don't normally have.
Right. And if kids are starting this break on Monday, we have the weekend to prepare and get ready.
Absolutely.
All right, Nero, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Always great to have you here with us.
Thank you.
All right, well, stick with us. We'll have more here on the discussion of the coronavirus. That